I balance. Stop me falling from heights. Stabilize. I find balance with you. I find balance. I find balance. I find balance with you. I find balance with you. I find balance. I find balance. I find balance. I find balance with you.
We say anytime you buck up in a chase and status, you better remember this. Chase and status.
Circle the block. Come through in all black. Say them better than we wouldn't know them love chat. Them a wear frock, we a bust off the top. We a set trend, them a take box. No, we no big friend, we no do that. That's them of all time, if you know that. If you diss, we you must get slapped. All the selector for play a duff cut. Cause a boy body drop, chewing full of tough cut. Tell the selector for come a duff cut. Tell the selector, boy just drop. All the selector for play a duff cut. Cause a boy body drop, chewing full of tough cut. Tell the selector for come a duff cut. Tell the selector, boy just drop. Circle the block. Come through in all black. Say them better than we wouldn't know them love chat. Them a wear frock, we a bust off the top. We a set trend, them a take box. No, we no big friend, we no do that. That's them of all time, if you know that. If you diss, we you must get slapped. All the selector for play a duff cut. Cause a boy body drop, chewing full of tough chat. Tell the selector for come a duff cut. Tell the selector, boy just drop. All the selector for play a duff cut. Cause a boy body drop, chewing full of tough chat. Tell the selector for come a duff cut. Tell the selector, boy just drop.
about it. So where do we go now? What are we doing? I can't stand the silence so deafening. That look in your eye hits differently. You've come to the point where you don't love me no more, and I can't give you more anymore, anymore, anymore. How do we make it better? Should we admit that I'm not enough? I thought we said forever. It's cold on the outside, love. Can we reignite the fire? Or should we admit we're giving it up? Right now I don't know why I'm cold on the outside, love. On the outside, love. I'm so cold on the outside, love. I would rather you were happy, even if that means without me. How long have you felt this? Have I been clueless? I can't stand the silence so deafening. When I'm with you, I just feel lonely. There's thoughts in your head that you don't tell me no more, and I can't give you more anymore, anymore, anymore. How do we make it better? Should we admit that I'm not enough? I thought we said forever. It's cold on the outside, love. Can we reignite the fire? Or should we admit we're giving it up? Right now I don't know why I'm cold on the outside, love.
When we were young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a colorful miracle. Remember how everything was so beautiful.
I miss the old days when the skies were blue. I miss the long nights staying up with you. I miss the summer, 'cause we were in it together. I miss my hometown, don't you miss it too? Driving to nowhere, nothing else to do. I miss the old days, I wish they lasted forever.
When we were young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a colorful miracle. Remember how everything was so beautiful. Oh, when we were young, it seemed that life was so simple then, so innocent, infinite. Look at us now, it's so different, isn't it?
I miss the ocean, the hair across your face, the little moments before we moved away. And looking back now, we should have stayed there forever. And now we're all alone and we're under the stars, know where we've been and we know who we are. And even as time goes by, I'll always remember.
When we were young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a colorful miracle. Remember how everything was so beautiful. Oh, when we were young, it seemed that life was so simple then, so innocent, infinite. Look at us now, it's so different, isn't it?
You say I love you, boy, but I know you lie. I trust you all the same. I don't know why. bruises shine. Our broken fairy tale, so hard to hide. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth that. When you hit me hard. Sitting in a wishing hole, hoping it stays dry. Feet cast in solid stone, a God killing his eyes. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth that. When you hit me hard, 'cause you said love is let's go against one. Our future is born. Many of horror. Our future's born. Many of horror. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth that. When you hit me hard.
How we the bodies and now we are on the block. Any boy want chat him off, he pray if we do that. Big man running through the trenches. Anytime you're ready for the drama. Them a run and a jump fences. Them shoulda know see how we are on the order. See me chilling pon the corner. Loyalty before the sauna. Them not really want the drama. Circle me side that you know you coffee my sheet up. Circle me side that you coffee all and pull up. Circle me side that you know you coffee my sheet up. Circle me side that you coffee all and pull up. How we the bodies and how we are on the block. Any boy want chat him off, he pray if we do that. Anywhere we go, you know say we are take over your spot. We are real bad man and we not afraid enough. Big man running through the trenches. Anytime you're ready for the drama. Them a run and a jump fences. Them shoulda know see how we are on the order. See me chilling pon the corner. Loyalty before the sauna. Them not really want the drama. We can't steer that them, no. Big man running through the trenches. Anytime you're ready for the drama, them a run and a jump fences. Them shoulda know see how we are on the order. See me chilling on the corner. Loyalty before the sauna. Them not really want the drama. Settle that. Settle that. Get off in my sheet up. Settle that. Settle that. Get y'all and pull up. Settle me said that you know your coffee my sheet up. Settle me said that you coffee y'all and pull up. Settle me said that you know your coffee my sheet up. Settle me said that you coffee y'all and pull up. Big man running through the trenches. Anytime you're ready for the drama. Them a run and a jump fences. Them shoulda know see how we are on the order.
Yeah, she seems very attached towards Ro, like lovely.
Gallery. Now the York Art Gallery would go on to be extremely popular itself. Now to these streets as well. For example, we've got Gilligate, Coppergate, Whitmore, Wapplegate, Walgate, Scottgate, Micklegate, Bosgate, Gudgergate, the list goes on and on. This is known as Robin Hood Tower. Is it named after Mr. Robin Hood that we all know and love from Nottingham? Well, it's named after an old document that has a sighting of a certain man called Robin Hood trying to flee from authorities from this side of the city walls back in the Middle Ages. The thing is to remember though, the term Robin Hood was actually used quite often to name unnameable thieves back then. Let's say if you were a merchant and a thief steals your batch of apples, you track the man down, you put him behind bars. Now when it comes to Monk Bar itself, it was actually repurposed to become a museum experience known as the Richard III Museum. Unfortunately, thanks to this, it's got a big black door on the left hand side, used for you and me. But on this right-hand side, there's a much smaller black door, just underneath the third set of windows. Now, that door was used as a devil's door. Believed back in the Middle Ages, when a baby would cry during a baptism, its sins. Every single pub also boasts about being the most haunted in the entire city as well. Now, we also find ourselves nearing stop number 6. It's known as the Stonebow Stop, an excellent place if anyone ever does wish to hop. I actually get to talk about my favourite story in the entire tour. We have Lloyds Bank on our left. Before Lloyds Bank was banked, it was like an archaeological dig here. What we found was fascinating. We found the world's largest ever fossilised poo. The measurements of this poo was fascinating because it measured around about 20 centimetres long, but then 5 centimetres thick. Who on earth could have left something so gargantuan? We believe it was probably a Viking on a heavy diet of bread and meat alone. Well, there was also a bit of evidence of this Viking having intestinal worm. Creative history, and especially more gruesome history. Over on our right-hand side, is the York Dungeon. Now, the York Dungeon is where you can find a bit of our history when it comes to our Viking days, witch trial days, our plague era, days from the history of Guy Fawkes, Dick Turner on the right-hand side too. All the history there is presented to you by live actors, playing some of these famous figures themselves. Now, we'll soon find ourselves arriving back at stop number 7, this will be the Clifford's Tower stop. I also like to call it the museum stop of the tour. There's about 4 to 5 different museums you can visit from this stop alone. You'll know it's the Clifford's Tower stop with the large Clifford's Tower. Built on the large Lacy Hill. It's a Motte Bailey style castle, not to be confused with the Moat Castle. A Motte Castle is a castle that's built on a large grassy hill, as seen over on our left-hand side. The Bailey side is the large stone structure over on our left here that's built in a sort of large horseshoe shape. Show there all the way from shoes to washing machines. You'll actually see just on the lower windows of this Bailey, it seems to be Now let's take a little look dead ahead in front of us. You'll see parts of our city wall defences just in front now. Connected to these city walls is a large stone tower once more. Now this is known as Postern Tower. This signifies actually a gap in our city wall defences. We've got a few gaps in our city walls, pretty much here, there and everywhere. Now this gap starts here as it crosses over. Now, there's that gravestone right at the back, pokes out all by itself. Now that gravestone was a way originally used for Mr. Dick Turpin himself. Dick Turpin, when he was finally executed for his last crime before thievery, he won't be buried at that location, but he was buried with a gravestone that told everyone where his body was. Which turned out to be a terrible idea, because every single great robber and their mother wanted to come up here to York to dig up his body, find out what treasures he had on him, including some grave robbers, directly on his horse and galloped off into the distance. Now, it's one of the many different stories about Dick Turpin somehow narrowly escaping authorities by the skin of his teeth. He would still be finally caught for his last crime of horse thievery regardless. Dead ahead in front of us is a large stone tower. This stone tower is known as Wongate Bar, a bit different compared to the other bars in the city, as it still has its barbican to this very same day. The barbican that I speak of is a sort of tunnel-like structure that pushes out just a bit further beyond the front entrance of the tower. Those who are at the most front end of the bus will be able to get the best view of this barbican. Directly underneath the tower, that sort of middle archway, right now. Now, you can fit round about a carriage or two inside there, or maybe even a battering ram. You'll see a bit more of the city wall defences over on our right-hand side here. Now, these city walls, they always seem to have a large hill that leads up to them, isn't there? This hill is not natural at all, it's man-made, placed here by the manual beforehand. I am a local of here, therefore if I point out any building in Fishergate, I might be slightly biased towards it. For example, we are popping up over on our right-hand side menu, what's known as a haggis masala curry. An interesting combination with a classic Scottish style haggis with a bit of a masala curry twist. But for £2 extra, you can have your curry served within a Yorkshire pudding. I kid you not when I say that, and do not knock it till you try it. It's a big reason why it's my favourite place to eat today. You'll see a bit more of the foss on our left-hand side. They did not have any bones to register the pain with. Take a little look over on our left and right hand side as we cross this bridge known as Skeldergate Bridge. Actually glimpse the River Ouse itself. Thank goodness the River Ouse is not flooded today. It floods us on many different occasions here in York. Word will actually live inside that house to this day. Don't worry, from a bird's eye view, the building looks a bit more sort of triangular, so it gets a bit bigger the further you get down it. If it really was that thin all the way down, it could fit what? The fridge. Well, that's all I need to live. Like back then, it's more swampland than anything else. Despite that, these peasants, or knaves, would bring their horses and cattle down here to graze, although two animals specifically were completely banned. Now, since the Romans loved this road just so much, it's not surprising that we'd find a few Roman skeletons in the gardens of the buildings on the left-hand side. Now, these Roman skeletons dodge a lot of the angry locals. Yes, there was many of the locals here in York that didn't like Henry VIII very much once he completely destroyed York's economy to make sure that York never became a kingdom capital ever again. Now, the next stop that we will be nearing will be Stock, the train station will be here in York. Technically, we used to have a train station just over on our right-hand side. You'll see these large archways first blasted out by the Victorians to let the steam trains pass underneath. George Lehman was a very popular name here in Old Victorian York, as he was Mayor of York 4 times, in which he then became MP of York himself. He only became MP of York, though, once he'd beaten his political Hudson for this, and there's a large public outcry. Hudson's popularity absolutely plummets, and Lehman's popularity only rises in comparison. Thus, Lehman became MP of York, and thus we built that statue of Lehman himself as well. Over what's known as Lendal Bridge, which George Lehman was a big donator of cash for creating. Here it is popping up dead ahead in front of us. It's one of the 3 major Victorian stone bridges that pass over the river itself. We've actually been passing over a particular stone bridge by the Victorians very long tall, the Skeldergate Bridge. The third is actually the first that's made out of here. We have Lendal Bridge, Skeldergate Bridge, and in the far distance, you'll see on our right-hand side is a Booths Bridge, being the first made by these Victorians themselves. Now we'll also find ourselves nearing the stop for the museum gardens. If anyone's looking for that stop, please do feel free to press the red stop button now. If not, I do at least highly suggest it. For example, the black and golden gates seen over on our left-hand side here, being the front entrance of these museum gardens themselves. These museum gardens, absolutely gorgeous, free to visit them yourselves as well. Now, it's also the home of the previously mentioned Yorkshire Museum, where you can find out a bit more about Roman history yourselves too. We find ourselves heading towards now, but it's a very famous west window. West window is the tall window right in the middle that we see here. On the top third of that window, you'll see a heart shape in the stone masonry. The heart is known as the Heart of Yorkshire, and so if you kiss a significant other underneath this west window, you'll be destined to be together forever. Exhibition Square, I'll point out a large brown stone building which pops up just over on our right hand side here. This is known as the York Theatre Royal, believed to be the second oldest theatre in the entire country. Now we'll find ourselves nearing back at Stockley Moor Exhibition Square, where some of you may have started your journey, some of you may be looking to end it, or where any of you, of course, can continue your journey as well. I will say this is where I, with a heavy heart, have to end my journey as well. It is the end of my tour guiding shift, but it doesn't mean we'll leave you here in silence. We'll be popping you onto the automated tour busing system, which also comes in a variety of different...
Burada тобі на флаг.
I'll be blindfolded on there using the fire. However, Kyle, I disturbed that small attention in some ways. Kyle, I will attempt to spin the ball on top of the stick. With the ball spin on top of the stick, I'll place it in my mouth. With the ball spin from my mouth, I will then juggle the fire. And Kyle, nobody actually cares. 18 months of my life I was swanning. Kyle, I want you to be safe and secure.
Menininkai, dainininkai, visi čia. Fainam.